Hello, ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. How are you? Gonna move my camera a little bit. Whoa, bring it a bit closer. Welcome to the final part 3 of what is the worst thing about being a Jehovah's Witness. Worst thing? There's no worst thing. It's brilliant. They're the happiest people on earth. They're like Disneyland workers. Just because they smile, that indicates everything's going great in their lives, doesn't it? Just right. Moving right on, James Brown. I was born in the 50s. It was terrible always going to the meetings. Back in the days of Noah, how could that have been terrible? You were so close to the font of knowledge. We had meetings on Friday nights too. I had to miss all the good TV shows. They had TV in the 50s. I missed a lot of homework, schoolwork. I had to sit in the principal's office when there were holiday celebrations. I couldn't exchange Valentines. It was very weird and uncomfortable. I totally agree, James. Other than the Valentine stuff, it didn't really come in towards I was ending school. All the above. All of the above, except Friday nights we were out in field service, which was good. Made me love the winter time though, because it was so dark people didn't know what the fuck you were doing. So you could just hunker down and get your hour in, as we called it. I hate the putting off of enjoying things now because, hey, you've all the time in the world in paradise. I have not one hobby, and neither has my husband, says Sick and Tired. You're not encouraged to pursue any talents you might have because it's all vanity and it might draw you away from Jehovah. That's right, that's right. You might be trying to make a name for yourself. Draw others to you too, even worse. I would feel guilty for reading a novel because it wasn't the Bible or one of the Society's publications. So true, because what else would you read? The Society, they write such awesome, compelling stuff that they steal directly from the Reader's Digest. Oh dear. Apart from praying before mealtimes, says Cree James, I don't do that before, and I mean praying, oh he did that. Why would brothers feel the need to give 5-minute sermons before a meal when it gets cold? Stupid people. I used to say to people, and still do, where does the Bible does it say Jesus prayed before eating? Gave thanks, yes. Blessed the food, yes. But prayed? I used to give the shortest prayers ever when asked, so obviously I was very spiritually weak. So where was I? I got sidetracked onto my hobby horse. The worst thing, as has already been said, I have to agree, was the constant guilt that influenced everything about life. Constant guilt. Jehovah's Witnesses are so guilty. I remember it so well. The intense lack of love. If you make a mistake and it is known to others, they will write you off as unscriptural. I remember that so well, unspiritual rather. The judgmentalness of Jehovah's Witness is rarely seen anywhere else. It's absolutely true. I actually like elephant and recovery posting on this site. If I forget about the haughtiness and holier-than-thou attitudes that existed in the congregation, all I need to read is one of their posts. Those are two people that they obviously agree with. That's Christ alone says that. Ugh. Giving tours at Bethel, and you would get the googly eyes from some of the girls that were touring. But it was hard to close with a girl visiting Brooklyn from Texas, knowing you wouldn't see her after the day was over. Plus, the competition at Bethel is fierce. The girls are looking for the best of the best. It's hard to look good when you are dressed in khakis and a tucked-in collar shirt with no logos allowed. Poor you, you couldn't even get a bit of rumpy pumpy for all your Christianity. The worst thing for me, which I'm going to agree with too, was missing out on college. I had a career choice in mind, but it required a college degree and internship. That was never going to happen. I remember trying to figure a way around the college part, but there wasn't a way. That particular field requires the degree. No amount of experience or working in the field would make up for the actual degree time and college. My biggest regret over the years since I've been out. My biggest regret is also lack of college, because I would have got it for free in the UK at the time. And here I am now, cleaning carpets to the max. The worst thing for me was the slow and gradual deception I came to realise. I think that perhaps I would have put up with all the ridicule, the going out in service, even some guilt, of which I had plenty, and listening to stupid comments from the platform every week for the sake of being right and on the true path. That's why it hurt so much to learn that I was so deeply deceived, given what I had come to learn about myself. It was only a matter of time. But I regret that I wasted so many years without pursuing my education, my creativity, my freedom, and giving up lots of nookie. I also lost my family. What a waste of time. I like the way they add nookie at the end. If you're most men though, nookie would be somewhere further at the top. But that's okay. So many things, but on a daily basis, it has to be the constant fatigue. There was always something you were supposed to be doing. There was never a good block of time to just chill out. And if you took it anyway, there was always that nagging guilt. Should be at a meeting, should be doing daily Bible reading, should be preparing for meetings, should be out in service, and you never get a freaking break. It is endless. Have one bad night's sleep and it takes a week to catch it up, because there's never a day you can just sleep in peacefully. Monday to Friday, up for work, come home exhausted, gotta go to meetings. The weekends look so good, but no, can't go up late with friends because you gotta get up for field service. Can't kick back after field service because you gotta study the watchtower to be up the next morning for meeting. I was always so tired, and that was before I got sick. So many JWs I knew had those weird diseases like chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, depression, anxiety, and I just wonder if they weren't fucking exhausted. That is so true. Same in my hall, same in yours. When I was my bubbly animated self, my parents and later husband were always telling me to rein it in, tone it down. Being a happy, self-confident female was frowned on. That's so true. But when I was quiet with my eyes casted down, oh, so humble, ever so humble, faithfully pioneering, feeling meek, mild, submissive, and totally beaten down, I got so respected and admired. That's right. It's the old case of Raymond Franz talked about, eat so much humble pie and see how much it takes you get sick on. For me, it was the guilt of having to do something. I remember wondering on several occasions, if Christ's yoke is easy, why does it feel such a burden to have to go on field service, or to have to go to the damn meeting, or to have to choose from what they said and what my heart told me to do? Finally, it got to be a pain in the ass that I had to take medication for it. To be a good JW, says Minimus, most JW sex is taboo. In brackets, anything fun. It's true. That's true. Honestly, you try to tell the elders that you like to sexually asphyxiate yourself with a peach in your mouth. They're going to look funny at you. Everyone knows that's how you do it. Waiting for the real life again and not living the one that is here now. That's true. That's so true. Not allowed to make outside friends and limiting contact with unbelieving relatives. I have no relationship with almost any relative. Almost any relative. None. I have relatives who live down the road. Zero. Not being allowed to be oneself. That's true. And let's see the last one. Nothing worse than being considered bad association and not being able to associate with anyone. Bad association, because they spoil them useful habits, don't they? I was bad association probably for the last 2 years of my witness life. I was glad about it in a way, but yeah, I didn't get invited to some parties where they did do a bit of drinking, and I missed that. But I think on the whole, I was glad to be bad association myself, but what a pack of hypocritical dicks. Guys, thanks very much for watching this trilogy of videos. Trilogy. It is, it's sad, but we're out now. If you're not out now, get the hell out. What's stopping you? Disappear. Skedaddle. Vamos. Like and subscribe if you like and subscribe. Get out there and enjoy the summer. Bye-bye.